One thing we've found with the displays and how it changes how your imagery looks and how to adjust it so that it is more accurate, and you can do some adjustments before you do your printing using the premium semi-gloss photo paper and the photo printers out the back. So what you need to do is you're going to be looking in Photoshop. Always open up your image in Photoshop because you know that you need to save your images as a PSD before you print it because it's actually a lot quicker. So we've got that album page up that I've done for level 2. And I'm going to show you the difference between as to what happens with the colour ranges. Okay, so I've got my imagery up. Now you need to go up here in Photoshop to view, and you're going to go proof setup, and put it on custom. From here you're going to find the paper type that we're working. Okay, so we're going to go right down, and we use that R2400, remember, premium semi-gloss. Unless you are using a different paper, that's where you'd have to change it to whatever paper you're using, and click on there. Then note what happens to these images once I click simulate paper color. Okay, and note the difference in that color range there. Okay, it's made a little bit duller, and that's just because of the type of paper you get. You know, it's not a real bright white, so it changes how your image looks. And you go, okay, so that's done it to that image there. Now let's do this one here. We're going to do proof setup, custom, and just make sure that it's not on display, it's on what we're going to print to, and simulate that paper color. Okay, because if you don't have that simulated, then it's not accurately showing how your image looks. Alright, and go, okay. From here, this is where you can pull up your image and change how your image looks. So it's gone, my black and white images here have gone really flat and dull. So what I'd do is I would put, you can play with your curves or your levels or any, like even, what have we got, your, there you go, brightness, contrast. You can play with those. Okay, I'm going to show you what happens with curves. So that's here. Right, and just note what happens with this image. Okay, so that's looking a lot better, isn't it? Okay, but it's starting to bleach out these areas here in your highlights. So you kind of need to take your time when you're using this system. Because you can do, I'm going to show you something really bad, some really horrible things with curves. Okay, so this is something that you take your time in doing. You also have these presets here. So I'm just going to keep this one as a custom, and I'm going to turn that one off. So from that to that, definitely looks a lot better. I'm going to show you another one. So I'm just going to add another different one over the top. So there we go. I'm going to whack in another curve. And we'll try the presets. So let's go for this. We need to increase the contrast. And let's lighten it. There you go. Okay, so you can try doing that as well. And then you choose which one is best for you. So from that to that or that. Okay. And remember, don't look at this white surface. Okay. Look at your image. So I'm going to shrink that down. And let's do this one here. And remember, once you've got your adjustments how you want it, save it. And that's the one that you print. It's the one that has the curves. Sorry, it has, oh, click, come on. Why are you not working? Okay, now it should work. It wasn't working because I hadn't pushed enter for transforming. I'm going to go to my curves. There we go. Make sure I can see this here. Let's just see what, there we go. That looks miles better. Alright, and you can remember you can do some weird things. Okay, so be very careful with it. You want to make sure your print has a true black and a true white with a range of grayscale in it. Specifically your black and whites. You guys are quite bad at printing really nice black and whites. You need to make sure that they're not pasty grey. You've got some contrast happening in it. So from here, you just simply, you go file save, and then you go and print it, and it should come out looking a lot better. Okay, that's it. Done.